From incredible displays of strength to astonishing acts of kindness, these are superheroes who exist in our everyday world but don't wear capes.
3, 2, 1, go!
Marky may be living with a terminal disease, but his day was made when superheroes showed up at his house. He even beat Superman in an arm wrestling match. I guess superheroes do wear capes sometimes.
They both break for water.
This runner had only one chance to get a sip of water and lost it. But his rival, So Ru-young, a Singaporean runner, chose to share his own drink with him. This is the height of sportsmanship.
Sporting, absolutely sporting. You cannot make that up, you cannot fake it either.
This woman suddenly had a seizure, but just before she hit the ground, a colleague sprinted from his desk to catch her and save her life. Thankfully, she survived without any injuries. But are we the only ones sensing a Superman and Lois Lane thing going on with these two at the office?
Easy, miss. I've got you.
I know you've seen some crazy saves already happen today, but saving an elderly woman from being hit by a moving train is a whole new level of heroic. She neither looked left nor looked right, yet she wasn't harmed because she had a guardian angel watching over her. Chivalry still exists, and this woman badly needed it. Her town was flooded and her car got stuck, but her story didn't end there. A biker was cruising down the street when he noticed that a man had fallen from his wheelchair. He immediately hopped off his bike and rescued him. Full-time biker by day, part-time superhero by, well, also by day. How does one even explain this situation on a 911 call? Thankfully, some firefighters came around and got her head out, but not before everyone had a good laugh about the situation. When this kitten was ambushed by some dogs, it took one heroic mama cat to drain all the bravado from the entire pack of bullies. A mother's sacrifice is priceless. This woman was walking down the street when a man who had been following closely behind her snatched her bag and attempted to flee the scene. To his surprise, he was ambushed and chased by the bravest dog ever. The people living on this street are so lucky to have their very own furry hero. Being a superhero isn't always just about saving people. Random acts of kindness, like Bellingham offering a blanket to a ball boy, are just as heroic.
Thought he was dead.
Same.
Not only did this man stop to save a kangaroo stuck in a fence, but he also did everything possible to avoid injuring it further in the barbed wire. Eventually, he was able to set it free and even gave it some water for its troubles.
That's pretty weak. Okay, buddy.
A man was attempting to rob the cashier at a store when a quick-thinking shopper in a wheelchair sprang into action. He did not allow the fact that he was in a wheelchair hold him back from being a hero. The fact that he disarmed the situation without anyone getting injured makes this even more heroic. After this player received a heavy knock that sent him spiraling down, he became unconscious. But to our surprise, an opposition player ran to his aid and prevented a major disaster. Moments later, he regained consciousness and was completely unharmed. Amongst other people, Chad saw a baby deer floating around in a river. However, unlike the others, Chad took his clothes off and jumped into the river to save it.
This is fucking awesome. It's like TMZ.
Look, he got him!
Outside a gas station, this man had fallen from his wheelchair. Without any hesitation, two men picked him up off the wet floor and put him back in his chair. Even the smallest acts of kindness can make a big difference.
Are you okay? You wanna cross over?
Dreading her morning commute, this woman got to the bridge she usually passed, but found it flooded. She was clearly worried, but help soon came. A kind stranger, barefoot and brave, offered her a piggyback ride to the other side.
Wow. What a great life. Let's love our women, guys.
Patrick went ice climbing with his friends. His friends had reached the top when they noticed that some water was rushing down the icy hill. They immediately threw him a rope that he quickly attached to his harness. Then, in a split second, the ice melted and Patrick almost fell.
He's climbing, he's falling.
His friends literally saved his life.
I still got you. Got you, babe.
A cat had run into the street and even been hit by one of the cars in traffic. Some other cars stopped and stared while this brave little girl ran into the street, checked if the cat was okay, and ran back to safety with it in her arms. Somebody get this girl a cape! A devoted traffic warden suddenly fainted in the middle of the road during his shift. Without hesitation, so many people rushed to his side to save him. What a heartwarming display! Thanks to their quick thinking and selfless actions, the traffic warden is whisked away to safety and receives full treatment at the hospital. When this car accident happened, pedestrians, runners, and drivers all rushed over and immediately joined hands to try and save the vehicle. It's times like this that make me believe in humanity again.
Come on, quick!
In a situation as stressful as trying to save someone's life from a fire, this crane operator controlled his crane exceptionally well. He didn't rest until the victim was able to climb into the crane safely.
Get in it, go! Up, go!
Emergency service workers are the real superheroes of our time. The red light might have stopped the traffic, but it didn't stop this stranger. Seeing an elderly woman struggling to cross, he rushed back to the other side of the road and started guiding her safely across. She stumbled a bit, but he scooped her up and carried her in his arms till it was safe to walk again. What a hero! Seconds before her car sank, this man was able to save a woman from drowning. When she got out of the water, her dog was still stuck in the car. Luckily, her savior wasn't done yet. He was able to save her dog too, and everyone made it out safely and unharmed. This woman almost got hit by a car while pushing a shopping cart. Thankfully, this guy rushed in to save her and help her off the road. This dog had previously been kidnapped. Because of that trauma, it wouldn't let anybody get close to it. But these two angels on earth went out of their way to protect the dog from the heavy rain. A man's car broke down right in the middle of the road. Before he could freak out about the situation, people started parking their cars and getting out of them to help him push his car off the road. If you didn't believe in humanity before, I hope you do now. Despite being homeless, this man still doesn't put himself first. Instead, he made a fan out of a cardboard cutout and used it to blow some cool air on the stray dog by his side. Before this woman noticed that her dog didn't get on the elevator with her, it was too late. The dog's leash got stuck in the closed doors and her dog started to ascend with the elevator. Thankfully, the lobby boy noticed and rushed in to save the dog. This woman ran out of her store and into the street to save this helpless dog. The poor thing was probably so tired, it didn't know he had passed out on the street. Amazing people still exist, and this woman is one of them. When Abby passed away, she decided she was going to donate her heart to ailing Jack. A few months after the surgery, Abby's dad, Bill, met Jack for the first time, and he was finally able to hear his daughter's heartbeat again.
Oh, some food. Can you put in where to put this? Well, it's working. Yeah, definitely.
This woman's bike ride turned sour when her dog passed out on the road. A man noticed the scene, rushed to the dog, and breathed life right back into it.
All right, come on.
Come on, let it go. Come on, you got it, Stone. You got it, baby. You got it. 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 You got it, baby. You got it. You got it. Boy, I love you, boy. You got it. You got it.
When your dad has the reflexes of Peter Parker, you know you have nothing to worry about.
Wow, great reflexes.
Some students and their teachers went out on an excursion. One of their teachers, Mr. Vang, is in a wheelchair and his chair wouldn't roll through the sand. But determined to include him in the group picture, a student surprised everyone by carrying Mr. Vang to the picture site and holding him up for the shot. While attempting a new exercise, this woman lost her balance. Luckily for her, a man at the gym noticed and caught her before she sustained any injuries. A group of kids were tumbling on the mats when a potential fall was avoided by their karate instructor. His fast reflexes definitely came in handy. This boy's friends made sure he experienced what surfing was like despite him being in a wheelchair. His friends might forget their gesture after some time, but he'll never ever forget what his friends did for him. He didn't mind that it was an opposition player. He sprinted towards him to hold his tongue while he was having a seizure. Thankfully, he saved his opponent's life and no one was harmed during or after the match. I know mothers get a lot of credit for being sweet, but just look at this. He didn't want his son to have a headache afterwards, so he held his head up throughout the journey. Two hooligans were trying to harass a lady walking down the street at night, but luckily for her, these guys rushed into action and scared them off. Battling with cancer can be such a lonely time, but having a dad who's willing to go through it all with you is such a privilege. This woman went out of her way to pick a day to spoon-feed disabled and unhoused people all over town. A superhero doesn't always have to show strength. A show of kindness hits just as hard. These two men meticulously followed a deer stuck in a river, and at the perfect moment, they were able to get it out. Truth be told, I believe this deer was just taking a swim and these guys wanted to experience a superhero moment, but what do you guys think? After this terrible hurricane in Florida, these men found and rescued a helpless dog from the rubble. They immediately placed it into an empty container and transported him to safety. My heart broke when I realized that no car would stop for the few seconds it would have taken for this woman to cross the road. I'm sure the man that came to her rescue's heart broke too, which is why he went out of his way to help her cross the road. Shout out to the person in the white pickup at the end for finally stopping. These boys carried a woman's baby in its cradle down a flight of stairs just to make things a bit easier for the mother. Their mothers must have done something right raising them, because these boys are perfect gentlemen. This woman lifted her disabled boyfriend from his wheelchair and held him up so he could enjoy the view just like everybody else.
Come on, moose.
These kind men came across a moose that got itself stuck on their path. Even though the animal was a little funny looking, they didn't care. They went out of their way to save the animal's life.
Oh, his neck works.
Okay, all right, little bee. Okay.
Yep. Oh, thank God.
Don't click off yet. If you love our videos, subscribe now and hit that bell. And wait, there's more videos for you right here on the screen. Just click on the one that grabbed your interest and enjoy.